Moving to a new country as an expat is usually a fun experience, but no one talks about what happens if it all goes wrong. In today's video, we're talking about 4 things that can make you completely hate the new country or city that you've moved to. Hi everyone, I'm the Rum, one half of Wine and Rum. We're an expat couple from Barbados and Austria living here in Dublin, Ireland for 4 years. We make videos about what it's like to move to a new country, as well as not just living there, but how to thrive. If any of that sounds interesting to you, please do subscribe. Number 1, your job. Let's face it, as an expat, unless you're going somewhere to retire, this is probably the main reason that you're making the move. But what happens if your dream job turns out to be a nightmare? As an expat, since we're new to the country and don't have a whole lot of friends or family as possible distractions or celebrations, we spend most of our time being on the job, being focused in just trying to acclimatize and adapt. Even if it isn't your dream job, but simply a job that you've gotten so you can continue living in the country or moving in the first place while you're studying or what have you. This sort of everyday stress, because that's what your job is like really. When a job is stressful, it's every day you're thinking about it. Even on weekends, if you can't disconnect well enough, it's on your mind. And this little by little by little starts moving into your psyche. Next thing you know, this thing that's been taking up so much of your time turns your mostly positive experience into a mostly negative one. As it seeps and continue into your mind, you might end up not wanting to just leave the job, but leave the entire new country or city. The more and more we do research on this channel about what it's like moving to a new country and what you need to thrive, the more we realize how important having money in your new city or place actually is. And that's number 2, lack of money. It's no fun wondering if you'll actually be able to pay the month's rent or the set of bills or be able to do the things you'd really want to do and experience while living in a new city or country. One of the main challenges that all us expats have when we first move to a new city or country is that we just don't know that there are cheaper options available. A friend, a certain person you've seen on our channel more than once, what he did when he came is spent a lot of money catching taxis from one place to the other. Of course, he soon learned about the cheaper alternative of walking and catching buses. Saves a lot more in your pocket, especially when you don't need to. A lack of money can affect your life in many ways, physically and mentally. For example, especially in more expensive cities, it can really affect where you can afford to live, the quality of food you could eat, or even how much you'll be able to treat yourself, your partner, or even your children. It really sucks when you're in a place with a lot of expenses that you can't just afford. And you'll be thinking about what life was like before you came, where you could have some of the things that, would make you happy and comfortable instead of struggling for money in this new place. That really makes you think twice about if you want to stay or leave. Number 3 is one of those reasons that you hear a lot from people. Missing friends and family. As I've scoured about the internet looking for more information for you guys about random stuff about, living and moving the country, one of the fears that I hear from a lot of people is the guilt they have over possibly leaving their friends and family and loved ones and starting a new life. Realistically, unless your friends and family are horrible people, you're going to miss them. You're going to miss some of these tried and true traditions and gatherings and celebrations that you've been used to over the course of your life thus far. Especially when it comes to those holidays and those special times where you're used to gathering together as a group to celebrate and have fun. There's also the fear of just living just too far away. I've read about this from Irish people who have migrated to Australia, that in case anything ever happens, or there's celebrations that they would love to get to, Australia is pretty far away from Ireland. You aren't catching a flight back to get here in time if there's an emergency anytime soon. There's also that dreaded question that expats ask themselves when they go back home to visit friends or family. Would this actually be the last time I'm seeing this or that person? These are quite heavy topics, and it's quite understandable if during the course of you living elsewhere, you decide you want to change your mind and rather be close to the people who you miss the most. I know for sure that since we're living in the era of the pandemic, that this has crossed the minds of many an expat, thinking, is it really worth staying where I am when my family and loved ones are over there? Is it really worth it? These are questions that can make you grow to resent that you're far away, and then you decide you gotta go. And for number 4, you get this in different levels in every country of the world. I like to call them the isms. Sexism, racism, classism. Crime isn't an ism, but I'm gonna put that in there as well. These things can unfortunately be a higher level than how you would have experienced them back in your home country or places that you've lived before. You may be used to living somewhere where there's more equality at work, where men and women are treated nearly equally. Then you move to a new country or city and you realise that the patriarchy, or a little bit of the old boys club, is still there. Problem. Or you could be used to peacefully walking on the street. Next thing you know, you're being catcalled and harassed by random strangers on the street. Or you could be being approached and being told hurtful and racist terms. This happens in every country, but as I said before, different levels wherever you may go. Repeats of these negative experiences can turn even a most positive of a venture sour and make you resent staying in that place or city. I'm sure the more people you ask, the more of these sort of things that can turn the tide of your emotion against staying in a new place would surface. These are the top 4 that we can currently think about. Of course, this is just me on this video. This isn't the Rum Show. The Wine will be back in the next video where we'll have more tips and information for you about moving to new countries and thriving. If you like this video, please do subscribe. I'm the Rum, and I'll see you next time. Bis später. Hi, this is 20 minutes from when I just recorded, Sam. I just want to say thank you to everyone. We're at 800 subscribers now and it's continuing to grow. We're going to be at 1,000 in probably a couple months. We're very grateful for that. Just wanted to say thank you for everyone who's continued to support us and asking us questions and comments. We really do appreciate you. Also, shout out to reminder of those who are new to the channel. If you haven't checked our backlog of videos, we also have a course that you can go through in a concise sort of manner and learn everything you need to know about moving to Ireland. Alright, that's it for now. See you later. Bye.